I'm here. Hi. I was just looking over at the door. I'm gonna go shut that. I'll be right back. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in California. You can hear the birds and some people mowing their lawns and shit. All of the sounds of a summer day, kind of. Except for no screaming kids at the moment. My kids were screaming a few minutes ago. So, do you like my shirt? Make muscles, not excuses. I'm Alyssa. I'm an activator and disruptor, and I'm a conscious evolution coach for creative nonconformists. I help creatives to unleash their great work into the world, hold them accountable, kind of like a midwife in birthing this creative work into the world, um, and help them to really own their values so that they can sell their work. Because we get to do exactly what we want to create our great work, and we get to get paid for it. We get to get it. uh, Money. Yeah, that's very important. So I want to talk about your infinite power. What do I want to say about that? I could speak about a million things. And the point of me being here today is because I'm fucking committed and I choose to be an example of a deliberate creator, of a human being that is choosing to be, to activate and embody their God consciousness. All of us are God in human form. And it completely delights me to help others see this and do this in their own lives to bring their great work into the world. Um, your infinite power is that, and it can feel, when you have tapped into that before, it can feel terrifying. It can feel exhilarating. Let me know if you've tapped into that. Know if you're watching me that you have. So I think I really touched on that or tapped into that maybe about, I would say, like 4 years ago or so, where I got a taste and a glimpse of just how powerful I may be. There's always a part of you that knows that, right? Because that's who the fuck you are. You are God consciousness. Um, and I know that when I first touched on that, I felt like this sense of just maybe awe and also excitement and also like, holy shit, I get to unleash this onto the world. Like I get to be that. I am that, right? However, it was simultaneously exhilarating, um, awe-inspiring, and terrifying. And what I did for a long time was run away. Because when you tap into the infinite creator that you are, you know that it takes a very strong container to hold that power. It takes you fully being responsible for your deliberate creatorship. And most humans don't want to take that responsibility. It looks like attracting and repelling. It looks like people arguing for your limitations. It looks like blowing everything up in your dreamscape. It looks like chaos. Motherfucking chaos. Um, when you choose and decide to be the deliberate God creator that you are. And it doesn't always stay chaotic, right? But there are things that must be purged um, in order to fully own and activate that power within you. And it's really helpful to have support in this process, because in owning and activating your God consciousness, right? Because a lot of times when we touch on that, like I said a few years ago, when I had a taste of that, my true power, your true power, which is accessible to all of us, right? It is who we are. We are infinite power. We are actually so powerful. One of the things it just came to me was like, we are so fucking powerful that we created this entire illusion of existence, right? Like we created this. We are like power filtered through a pattern. We're light consciousness filtered through a pattern that creates this illusion of being on this planet dreamscape. Your whole experience, your subjective awareness, your body, everything is, we created this. We wanted to experience this, right? So if we are so fucking powerful that we created this existence, like you created this whole thing, you are the creator. Like just think about that. So as I touched on my power, or had a glimpse of that God, infinite creator power a few years ago and then ran away, um, you know, I didn't have anyone at the time, or I made decisions to not be supported in being held accountable for the power that I had accessed, the power that I accessed within me. So let me know if you've had that experience before. Have you had that experience of like, you understand at some level that you are so fucking powerful and you're terrified of actually owning that shit? For me, I chose to have mentors and coaches, and invest in support so that I can be held accountable and I can be continually reminded of my power. And not necessarily, you know what, I wouldn't say continually, because it's just like consistently. And I feel that that's, someone just messaged me and I want to get off of my screen. That's annoying. There we go. Whoa, it's getting windy, or breezy. So, and I feel like the important thing to share too is like, you're really only going to invest in someone to help support you, or a group program, or like a mentor to support you, if you know that you're ready for that, because you're not ready until you're ready, right? If you're not ready, then you're not going to take the action to do it. You're not going to commit to it. And you'll continue to think that you can do things alone, and you'll continue to hide and avoid your power and numb out with addictive behaviors and distract yourself with drama, and continue to sabotage your success and sabotage everything that you actually desire. Continue to, you know, essentially just live in your human consciousness, which is kind of fucking boring. If you're someone like me, who is a very creative person that is here to do this work, it's like my mentor was talking about the other day about like, we chose to do this, like we want to do this work. It's fun to do this work of accessing our God and creator consciousness and embodying that, and like getting to do the shadow alchemy with that comes with that, right? Because so much of what you desire, it's like, it's not separate from you. And we have this thing when we're in our human consciousness, separation, right? That I'm here in time and space and I want this thing and it's over here. It's not, though. It's not over there. It's already here. It's here because you've dreamt it. It's already here. So what does it take to have what you desire. It takes a decision. It's a choice, and it's a willingness to alchemize any shadow that gets that is taking up space in your energetic field, that would keep you in under that illusion of separation, right? That would keep you from fully accessing your magic and being the magician. Because the truth is that magic and miracles are always here, always accessible. Every moment. You have the power to collapse space and time and bring your manifestation, your desire now. Like, it's so exciting. So I love it. I'm just, I love talking about this stuff because I feel like I'm really passionate about realizing our desires and helping people to realize their desires, because that's what we're here for. We're here to, every desire that you have is an impulse from your God self saying, this is the piece of infinite creation that I would like to experience next. This is the slice of infinite creation that I would like to experience next. So what is that for you? What is calling to you? What is it? What wants to come through you? What are you stopping from coming through you? I encourage you to ask yourself that question and stop fucking running. Because a lot of times when we make the decision and say, okay, cool, I'm ready to do this. Like, I want to finally move away. I want to finally break up with my girlfriend or whatever it may be, right? These decisions that that you need to make. Like I said, stuff will come up in your field where you're like, it's like a purge, right? It's like, some people like to call it like these tests from the universe. I mean, you can look at it like that, but I believe that our God consciousness is impartial, and it's simply reflecting back to us what is going on unconsciously, what shadow we still have running, right? So when you make a decree, or you declare, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, and then you don't fully, well, you do or you don't, when you're fully in it and you're all in, stuff starts to move, right? The energy has to move. You're making a decision, then the energy starts to move, because you are so fucking powerful. And when that starts happening, and then you make it mean something about you, or you decide that it's just too much, it's like, oh, it's disruption, right? Then you don't get to fully experience what you declared, what you decided, what you say you want, and your desires. And you give your power away to that, to whatever came up in your field that you needed to alchemize. So it's just really important to know that you are so damn powerful, and anytime that stuff happens, when you make a powerful decision, you've got to keep deciding. You got to keep deciding, this is what I want. Knowing who you are, knowing what you value, knowing that you're willing to do whatever it takes to experience the life that you truly fucking want, and to unleash your great work into the world, and to really live while you're here. That's something I feel like is so important to be reminded of all the time. Like, I've always intuitively been guided to speak about this sense of urgency, because being in human form is very how would you say it? Like, for lack of a better word right now, I'm going to say it's very temporal, fragile. Like, we're fragile in a way, right? There's a gajillion ways I could die right now. My heart could just stop. I could, like, when I get off this live stream, something could happen. Like, there could be something, like, you just never know. And we're all capable of so much more than most people ever actually express or experience in their life. And I feel like it's so important to have like that sense of urgency. Like, just what would you do if this was your last day? What would you do? Um, you could even do like a powerful exercise or visualization of you, 10 years in the future, and imagine yourself like that. That's been a powerful practice for me too. I used that a lot when I was struggling with addictive behaviors, where I like did a fast forward 5 years. If I continued to engage in these addictive behaviors, like, where would I be? What would my life be like? And really, really get into it. And it feels pretty horrible because as humans, we're pain avoidant and pleasure seeking. And when you can really attach a lot of pain to continuing to make decisions that don't serve you, and you can attach like a lot of pleasure to the outcomes that you really desire, it's very motivating for the human. So it's like rewarding yourself for progress, recognizing those things, and attaching fuckloads of pain to whatever those decisions are that fuck you up, that are destructive, damaging. Um, so yeah, it's like, where do you want to be? You might not even have that much time. You don't know. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything worse than dying and not having lived at all. You know, we're really here to like engage in all the sensual experience that we can as humans. We have these senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, all of these things, to be fully experienced. And how like present are you with that? How often do you sit down and eat a meal where you're fully engaged in that, where you're, not just scarfing down watching TV or something at the same time or whatever? Like, life is meant to be like savored and lived. So, um, I've been talking for quite a while now, and kind of touched on a bunch of things. Hey, someone's finally on here. Hi, Charles. I was like talking to no one for a long time, but I speak my message because I have to, because I must, because I can't not do it. And that's the thing about your creative work in the world. You do it because you can't not. You fucking create to create. You love to love. You desire because you desire. And every motherfucking thing that you want, you get to have. Like, you just get to. There is no reason behind it. I mean, there can be, right? But like, we can get so tied up with worthiness and like thinking, well, maybe I'm not good enough for that, or maybe it's just a whole program, right? It's just programming. And you think, oh, I have to do this in order to get that, or I have to be qualified in order to do the thing that I really want to do, or it needs to take more time. All of that is just programming. All of it is just like, take that trash out and leave it, because the truth is that you just get to fucking do whatever, because you want to, because you decide to. Whatever it is, like, don't make excuses, right? Like my shirt, don't make muscles, not excuses. Make your fucking magic, not excuses about it. We're the only ones in our way. Okay, I feel like my message is complete for right now. I do want to share with you, however, that I have a 30-day container for creatives to help you to birth your creative work into the world. It's a one-on-one thing. The result is you will have a tangible creative piece, whatever that is for you. Is it something, you know what it is? What is it that you've been wanting to bring to the world that you haven't fucking done yet? Or that you literally have like all of it together, but you haven't shared it with anyone? Because I know, and I've been there. So many times I have been there where you let perfectionism fucking kill your creativity. So you're not doing that any longer. Okay? Like, when you have a desire in your heart to bring forth your great work into the world, there are people waiting for you. Okay? So this is so important. You are never given a desire without the other cooperative component of the people that are meant to receive that from you. Okay? I can't tell you how long it took me to get this. And because I'd intellectually heard it so many times, right? But sometimes it takes longer for things to actually land, like embodied and like fully resonate, and you're able to actually live that way, right? Like be totally congruent. You can understand so many things without actually fucking living it and acting in alignment with that, right? So my container is about supporting you in taking whatever that is inside of you that you need to get out. And we do it. And I support you in owning your value and birthing this creation. So at the end of the 30 days, you have a tangible piece of work that you stopped fucking around on, and you actually did it, and you fucking did it, and you have it, and you have it in your position to sell it. So whatever that is for you, if it's a coaching program, if it's a master class, or if it's a book that you want to write, whatever your creation, it's highly individual, right? Everyone is different. It doesn't matter like if there's 100 people talking about money, right? I'm very called to talk about money. So that's part of this container, it's like you will fucking make money because you're just supposed to. So it's really about getting clear, being held accountable. Your work, whatever you choose to focus on, is going to be fucking done at the end of the 30 days. And you're going to be solid in your worth, in your value, and you're going to be positioned to fucking sell. You're going to blow your own mind because you get to access my power of certainty and trust. Because magic fucking happens when you trust yourself. Magic fucking happens when you decide and you have your own back and you do not self-abandon. That's one thing that, it's my work is highly individual because it's essentially us communicating intuitively. And so whatever stuff comes up, it's like we address it right away. To have this level of access and support with me is really fucking awesome, because it's not like like we have a session and then it's like, okay, good luck. Like, you get a lot of access to me in this 30 days. It's really high touch. So as shit comes up, we're going to move through it. So it's fast. It's like an accelerated way to bring your work into the world and start really getting paid to fucking be you. That's what I stand for, That's one of the many things, but it's like you just get to have it. You just get to have it. Whatever you want, you really get to have it. So I'm here to support you to get out of your own way. And that's all it is, right? It's really never about like, I need to be more qualified, or I need to do this or that before you get to have what you want. Like, you just get to have it. You just have to stop preventing yourself from having it. And that's where I come in to be able to see your blind spots. That's just fucking huge. So, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. You just private message me if you're interested in that 30-day container. It's gonna be fucking magic. I love you guys. Bye.